Wow, we got the first one. How about that, huh? Show us. That is a good looking clam right there. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're at Seaside, Oregon for a little razor clam digging. I got Allie with me. It's her first time and we're gonna go have some fun. Hopefully we're gonna get our limits and turn this into a nice catch and cook. So let's get out there and get some clamming while it's hot. Yep.
There he is.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Flipped it. It's okay. That's it. Got to keep it. Nice. So far we are 2 for 2. 2 holes, 2 clams. We are already into them. And we just got a little tip. You're not out far enough. Get out there a little bit more. They're everywhere. So we're heading out to the money spot and hopefully we're going to be into them. Another hole right there. The circle right there. There's another one right here too. We're not deep enough. We get it. Get it, baby, get it. Go on, Al. Gotta be in there. Kick that thing. Yeah, as you're pulling on these holes, other holes are showing up.
Yeah. They're running away.
These guys are deep today. What the heck? What if they're running away? Because they sense we're close.
How fast did they move?
Fast.
There he is.
All right.
Oh, that's a big one.
Booyah.
Nice job.
Sweet. So we got a little dimple right here. Have a little malfunctioning with our clam gun here. Arm broke off after 2 uses.
Still works.
Pretty piss poor. Now it just means you gotta muscle that sucker up with one hand while covering this other side.
Oh, there he is. He's in the hole.
Get. Yeah. Look at that. Nice.
There it is.
Nice. Is that another hole right there?
Yeah, someone trying to get away.
Huh?
Get him quick. He's getting away.
It is this one, right?
Yeah. That's his friend.
Punch. Way to kill that one. He's in there.
Yeah, right there.
Pull him up.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fatty.
Nice.
2, 4, no. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15.
Win. Did it.
We're back from Seaside. We got 2 great limits of razor clams this morning, and I want to walk you through how we clean them as well as cook them. So what we've got sitting here is I've got some boiling water, I've got some ice water here ready to go, and essentially what we're going to do is we're going to blanch these razor clams. And what happens when we pop them in the hot water for maybe 5, 6, 7 seconds. Their shells are going to open up, and then we want to immediately pull them out and throw them into the cold water so it stops the cooking process. So let's get our first couple of clams going. So we've got our boiling water going here, and you only want to do a couple at a time because you want to keep that water boiling at a pretty good clip. So we'll throw 3 or 4 of these guys in at once. And if you can see what's going on here, literally the shells are just popping open in a couple of seconds. And that's all it takes. And so we're going to take them out, pop them in the cold water immediately. That's really all there is to it. And like a lot of these, the shell's just popping out by itself. We're going to throw it in. So we're going to do a few more. Let's just keep it going. We'll get them all done. And then we'll go to the next step, which is cutting them up and getting ready for the cooking. So in the video today, we had a bit of a rough go with the clamming. We got our first couple of clams, had a brand new clam gun that I bought at the Sportsman Show earlier this year. And on our 3rd or 4th clam, you know, putting down downward pressure on this clam gun, the handle snapped. So we had to gather the majority of these clams one-handed, and it was kind of hokey and awkward, but we managed to make it work. But I did call England Marine at the end because I purchased it from England Marine, took it up there. Mark took care of me. He gave me my option of whatever clam gun I wanted, and we replaced it with a brand new one. And it was great service. So thanks to England Marine for being a great supporter for clamming locally here in the Pacific Northwest. Gonna need a bigger bowl. Okay, last ones. As you can see, things are going pretty quick. We're going to be done here in no time. Oops. So I don't have a lot of experience with cooking with razor clams. All I know how to do is flour and fry them, or bread them and fry them. So if you guys have any other suggestions on how I should be cooking these, or if I'm not doing it right, just leave a comment. You know, I'd love to learn how to cook these things right. They're one of my favorites, and I want to make sure that I'm exploring all the options that are out there. Okay, so we're all done. Shut the burner off. Now I'm going to prep the table. I'm going to get the cutting board out, and I'll show you guys how we cut these things up and how we clean them and get all the guts and all the gross stuff out. It's not a lot, it's mostly meat. So we're gonna get that set up and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're ready to rock and roll with cleaning these razor clams. So essentially, to have a look, I mean, we threw these things in boiling water for literally 5 seconds, and they're just popping out of the shells, as you can see. They're just coming out, no problem whatsoever. Just take them out, get rid of the shells. You can see they're already very, very clean. But as we start working with these, essentially what you want to do is you want to take them and cut right through the top here, separate the meat. And you also have this little front valve that they use to breathe with and funnel through. There's actually 2 valves in there. So you basically want to take it and cut through the first one and cut through the second one. And you can see that in this case it's going to fillet it all out. This area here we've got just a little bit of guts, and I like to actually just take this bottom piece off so you really get this nice big piece of meat here. And if you separate at the bottom, you can just take a little bit of guts out of there and check it out, you're done. That's one down. And we got this little piece here. This is their foot. This is how they kind of crawl around. Just take this thing, slice it through the middle as well. There's a little bit of guts in here that you can pull out and scrape out, whatever you want to do. But again, pretty easy. That's all you got to do. And the rest of that stuff's good to go. Just push it off here into our little bowl. Show it again one more time. So basically hold it in your hand like this. Pop it through the middle here. Open it up. And then go through the first valve. And again, the second valve. You see that it opens up, all filleted out. Let's take this bottom little foot off here. Cut down through the middle. Separate the guts. That one's clean. Another one here. Through here, cut all the way down. You can squeeze it if you want. It's kind of gross. But you cut it all the way down. Just open it up. Gross stuff out. Hey, welcome back. We've got all our razor clams cleaned up. We're ready to start cooking these things. So we've cleaned them, we've rinsed them, we've dried them off, patted them dry. Now I got a mixture of a couple of different things. You know, the classic flour, egg, breadcrumbs. But what I'm working with is Pride of the West seasoned flour. This stuff is awesome right out of the box. It's totally seasoned. You don't need to add anything to it. I got a couple of eggs, and then I've just got some Italian herb and garlic, breadcrumbs. And basically what we're going to do, we are going to start by coating these clams in the Pride of the West flour, then into the egg, and then into the breadcrumbs, and then going into the hot canola oil. And I got my temperature gauge here. Let's check my thermometer. Let's check the oil real quick. You want the oil to be around 350-ish. We're not deep frying. We've only got maybe a 1/4 inch of oil at the bottom of this thing, just to make sure it's hot enough. It looks hot enough. So let's get going so we can get these things tasted and seasoned up. Let's do a couple of these in the beginning here. First batch is always the tester batch because you don't really know how it's going to come out, and I like it because it's kind of the sample batch. So, and on these feet you want to make sure that you open them up, get the flour on all sides. Let's just throw it in the egg now, into the breadcrumbs, into the eggs, into the breadcrumbs. Just get kind of an assembly line going here. And then we get to the end of this batch. We're just going to throw them all in. So let's get these guys all mixed up in the breadcrumbs. Ready to roll. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I think we are good to go. Let's see. Oh, yes. Already sizzling.
That already smells good. It's only going to take a few minutes on each side. Get it going. Maybe not even that long. Looks like it might be a little hot. Adjust our flame down a little bit. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells amazing. It's already crispy, crispy. I better get some more going here. You guys are going to be done in no time. By the way, it's pouring outside, so you hear the background noise there. It's just, it's pouring. It's pouring. Our first batch is done. Now I got this batch going on a wire rack. You don't have to use a wire rack. You can just go onto paper towels. But I find that the wire rack works a little bit better because then it doesn't get soft and soggy when you take it off and go to eat it. I like to have it crispy and crunchy, and the rack seems to help it out. We got our next batch going here. Temperature looks a little better. I lowered the flame so we get a little bit better cook time on there. If you guys can see these, they are looking delicious. I want you guys to take a look at these. You can see them. Look at that. Look at how golden brown they are. I'm gonna wait a minute and then we're gonna give this a ride. But man, those look perfect. If you guys are curious about this little burner that I got it on Amazon. I think it was like $15, $16. Pretty awesome, high output. I use it for camping and backyard stuff, but you can pretty much use it anywhere. And if you're curious about it, send me a message. I'll send you a link to it. But it's pretty awesome, high output. I also bought a converter for it, so I can use either butane or the 1 pound propane. I like those. They're way less expensive than the butane is. Oh geez, falling behind here, getting a little burnt. Looking good though. But just a really great little burner. As long as you don't have any wind, it should be fine to pretty much use anywhere you want. Making a mess there, chef. Come on. I think this next batch is ready to roll. Just pause for a second because I'm hungry and I want to give it a taste. I'm just going to put a little lemon on this guy. But check this out. Look at how perfect and golden brown that is. Unbelievable. That is so good. It's so tender. If you don't like clams because they're rubbery or chewy, this isn't like the bay clams or the clam strips you get at some seafood joint. These are so tender, very light, very, very, very flavorful, but not rubbery at all. They're freaking awesome. I think I eat this whole batch myself. Anyway, this, turn it off for a second. This recipe, very simple. You can even do it without the breadcrumbs. You can just flour them, whatever. You can even saute them. With razor clams, you can even make clam chowder with them. They're pretty versatile clams. But with the 2 limits that we got, I think I ended up with like 2.5 pounds of cleaned meat. So pretty big haul for an hour's worth of work. And these things are fantastic. You don't see them in the store very often, but if you can go hunt them yourself, hunt them yourself. If not, if you see them in the store, give them a try. You see it in a restaurant on a menu, try something new. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of our catch and cook with razor clams from Seaside. It was a great day. I had my daughter with me. First time for her, she ended up loving it. She says, "Dad, when can we go again?" So these types of things are really important to me as a dad, and really fun for me to introduce her to new things. And she's always wanted to be more outdoorsy, so she's gonna get a dose of that since she's home from college this summer. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I had a lot of fun making it. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.